but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of their guests, not those of the Entertainment Network.
This is MTLB. Designing let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself to know that I'll be the one and only the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes that Jimmy.
Fish, punk your wanna be. Jimmy Star celebrity.
We'll take you out.
Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got an exciting show for you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get started, let me say hi to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
I'm not in a good mood today, folks. I had my eye surgery 5 days ago, and that's why I'm wearing sunglasses. My eye is still blurry, and it's frustrating because I'm banging into things and dropping things. It's really difficult living with one eye. So I'm in a cranky, bitchy mood. So don't expect me to be funny, charming, or nice. I intend to be crabby, miserable, and
They say
unhappy.
you look awesome.
I look awesome. I look like a blind man.
No.
Anyway, this
They
is
say you look handsome in the sunglasses.
right. Anyway, this is going to be a different show for me because I'm going to vomit.
No, you're not.
I hate this bullshit. I've gone through so much in the last couple of months with all kinds of things. When you turn 80, things break and you have to have everything put in. And this eye thing is no joke. Everybody said, oh, it's nothing, a cataract. You go in, an hour later, you come out and you see 20/20. Not true, folks.
It says it takes at least 10 days, they're saying, for when
Well,
you have
it takes,
cataract surgery.
everyone said about a month before the lens focuses right on the eyeball and you can see clearly. Now I see everything twice, double. If I'm looking at the word the is written and then above it is another the. You know how frustrating that is? So it puts you in a crabby mood.
But they say you look awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Let's
for
hi to
being
everybody,
awesome.
though. Let's say hi to everybody because
Hi,
we got a ton
everybody.
of people. So we
Ton of
want to say
people.
hi to the chat room. What's up? Jason Hawkins is in the chat room. Danny McDermott is in the chat room. Anton from Australia. Dave Hughes from the UK. He says you look fabulous. Jane Doe, which is Angela Joseph. Lady Lake Cindy Lady Lake's in the chat room. We also have Teresa Sabin from Florida in the chat room. So what's up, everybody? We got a really fun show today. First up, we're going to have Lauren Monroe and Rick Allen talking about their new album, Big Love. It's a 5-song EP. Everybody knows Rick Allen as the drummer for Def Leppard, one of the greatest rock bands of all time. And then we have special effects artist Joe Castro coming on, which we talk about him all the time. And so now you guys will actually get to meet him since we're always talking about what a great special effects person he is. And you guys will get to meet him and we'll talk about some of the films he's got coming up, including some that he has coming out soon, even one that Ron's in.
Whoopee!
And so the chat room is full. We're happy to see new people. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's true. Ron has his glasses on. Those are his State Farm Gay Pride glasses that we got at Gay Pride in New York City. Actually, that's like a long time ago now, 4 years ago.
The story behind these glasses is some vicious queen in Palm Springs. Well, actually, this queen lives not in Palm Springs. This queen lives outside of L.A. Vicious little twat that's into like designer clothes, show off. One of those, oh, darling, I'm wearing, Yves Saint Laurent or whatever.
Prada or Gucci or something.
Yeah, one of those things. Said to me, how could you wear those sunglasses? They're nobodies. And I looked at this creature and I said, listen up, buddy. See this bank that's on these sunglasses? They just gave $5 million to AIDS. Okay? What the hell did the designers ever give? So I'm wearing the sunglasses to say thank you for supporting the research to cure this dreadful disease called AIDS.
There you go.
So this is my way of saying, screw you, designers. I don't need to spend $500 to get the same sunglasses, plastic and glass. Just because some jerk puts his initials on them. What, that impresses people like I'm so fucking rich that I could buy those glasses? No, it says I'm a schmuck that I could buy those glasses. Because these glasses were free and they're wonderful.
You gotta love it. I also want to welcome Dawn. Dawn Hinton is in the chat room. What's up, Dawn? Bill Victor Arukin just showed up in the chat room. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And Dawn is, I think it's her husband's birthday today. So happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you. It is his birthday because his picture was on Facebook on a motorcycle.
Yes, I didn't. So happy birthday, Dawn, to your husband, who now I don't know what his name is. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. She'll forgive you.
Yes, absolutely.
If not, we'll beat the shit out of her. Right, Dawn?
And we want to give a special shout out to Angela Joseph. She's been doing all kinds of cool things, helping promote the show today, and so we appreciate it. And so has Lady Lake, Cindy Lady Lake, and I'm sure B will be showing up in a minute.
Yeah, and Angela, where's my T-shirt? My Clown Motel T-shirt. Remember,
he's got his mask.
You were supposed to give me one. You know what? You know what the reason for that was, because I did not ask for you know what in the movie. Therefore, you said, "Oh, he gets the producer's package, which is a T-shirt." And guess what I got?
Hasn't come out yet, though.
I got nothing.
But that's the producer's package for the new movie, and the new movie hasn't
No, but
even been
I don't
shot
give
yet.
a shit. I want the T-shirt so I could wear it, so people could say, "Oh, what's Clown Motel?" And I could say, "A great new movie that's coming out."
Which, you guys, if you want to see the interview that we did with the Clown Motel people last week, I've now launched JSW Television on the Jimmy Stars World website. It's jimmystarsworld.com, and it's a television station right now. We only have 2 stations going. One of the channels is the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell with our best shows up there, and the other one is Ron Russell's Set the Record Straight. So instead of having to search for it on YouTube, you can just go to jimmystarsworld.com. The TV thing pops up right away. Click on, it's just like a cable TV channel. Just click on the line that shows all his shows, and they're running throughout the day, 24 hours a day.
And I'll be doing new shows now, but not with the great legends of Hollywood because they're all dead. Now I'll be doing it with the new great legends of Hollywood, younger people. In a couple of weeks, I'm doing a very, very interesting hour-long interview with the phenomenal, incredible Sue Wong, who is a lady that has it all made because she is made. And she made her life fabulous by being a strong, struggling lady in a world of men and winning. It's going to be a very interesting interview. I go back to when she was a child living with her grandmother in China, and they were starving to death, and they used to kill the rats in the house and cook them. And Sue Wong is going to talk to me about the early days of poverty, and then, of course, her splendid days now of great luxury. She lives like a Chinese empress.
Absolutely. And so we also want to say hi to B. Claudia, joined us in the chat room.
Hey, baby, how are you, baby?
And Lady Lake says your shows are awesome. She loves them. She's seen all of them on.
Thank you, Lady Lake. It's so nice to get a compliment. Before we went on the air, I just said to Jimmy, I said, you know, Jimmy, out of all the people we interview, none of them ever thank us for helping them, you know, except for Roger Grubb. He wrote on my Facebook page, "Thank you so much, because after I was on your show, my book sold 600,000 copies or something like that." And he was so grateful.
I see. I said it became a bestseller.
And it became a bestseller because we promoted it and we brought him on. And we talk about, like, Eileen Shapiro's book is a wonderful book. But Eileen's not on this show saying, "Ron and Jimmy, thank you for promoting my book." So when I see her, I intend to cut all her bras up.
Yeah. You know what? She's not with us today either. You know why?
Why?
Because she's promoting her book and she's taping an episode of the Mickey Burns Show, which is what we'll do when we go to New York. You'll go too.
Good, good, good. I hope she.
We love Mickey Burns.
I hope she thanks him for being on the show. Anyway, Facebook is full of corruption, evil, and meanness. Some idiot that's a good friend of mine for many years, I made a comment that he uses filters on his photos and not to. And he went wild and is blasting me all over Facebook, saying the most dreadful things about me and hateful things. I don't hate him. He's my friend for 20-something years. Friends can't say things without getting in fights. Then what kind of friendship is it? Anyway, he'll get over it and move on because life is too short. You know, at 80 years old, I don't have time to bicker, fight, and wonder who likes me and who doesn't like me. Every day I get up and I wonder, am I going to be alive tomorrow? That's what you think when you're 80. Your days are limited and you're not going to spend them in negativity, anger, hate, and all that other jazz. So you wake up and you say, "Hey, sunshine, look at the flowers. Give me a doggies. Give me a kiss. Good morning, Jimmy. Where's my coffee?" And then your day begins a happy day.
You got to love it. Also, you guys, Ron's going to be, thank you. Everybody says they love our colors. Thank you also. Tomorrow morning, Ron's going to be on a European radio show at 8:30 our time. which I don't know what time that is in Europe. I think it's the drive home show at like 5 in the afternoon.
They're 6 hours ahead.
No, more
Well,
than
it
that.
depends. London is 6, Italy is 8.
London's 8.
And Italy is, they're all 8. Then.
Anyway, and then Friday night at 6 o'clock, you guys, Ron will be on the Suck It podcast, which is a very fun show. I did it with Eileen a couple of weeks ago when we were promoting World Star PR, and he's going to be on it on Friday night. So you can watch that one live. Just go to YouTube, Suck It podcast, and you can watch live.
What is it called? Suck It?
Suck It podcast. Yep.
S-U-C-K it?
Yep.
As in suck it?
Yeah, but not like that. It's actually started out as a podcast for people. It's an entertainment podcast, but to help people who have depression and stuff, and where people always say "suck it up," you know, oh, you're depressed, just suck it up type thing. So that's how it's named Suck It. It's not suck it like something sexual. It's like it's a pro take care of yourself type
because you
thing.
know I do not indulge in anything that's off color.
Yeah, never. Even in your bright orange shirt, which by the way looks really nice on camera. That orange shirt.
My shirt is not orange. It's Chinese red.
Okay.
It's Chinese red, which is one of my most favorite colors in the world. I like it. It's an orange red, and I love it.
And I don't.
It's actually Mandarin red.
I don't actually know what the radio station is. I'll send it to you in the mornings, B, because I'm not sure what the radio station is since we can't hear it here. I'm not sure where it is, but we'll find out. But definitely the Suck It podcast, because that's everywhere. It'll be everywhere. But it's Friday night. It's a great show, and it's a lot of fun.
I wish it wasn't titled Ron Russell's on Suck It. I mean, that could be misconstrued, you know.
No, it'll work out fine.
Anyway, Facebook people, get over it. You know, with the new elected lady that Joe Biden has elected, Facebook is filled with hurrahs and wonderfuls and how much they hate her. I mean, what the hell is this? You know, can we talk politics and not personalities? They're saying that she's ugly, she's a dyke, she's a whore. I mean, they're calling her every name under the sun. That is so ridiculous. They did that to Donald Trump and his wife and his children. They destroyed that family. Now they want to destroy this new vice president lady, and they want to destroy Joe Biden by calling him Slow Joe the moron. I mean, you know, stop it. This is not teenage school kid stuff, kids. This is the real world. This is an important election, probably the most important election we've ever had in the history of elections. Let's not make it a comedy. Let's not make it a joke. And let's not say stupid things about these people. These people worked very hard to get where they are. And I'm including Joe Biden and President Trump. President Trump has worked very hard to be where he is, and Joe Biden is working very hard to go where he wants to go. And let's respect them, and let's not make fun of them and call them dreadful names. Yes, Joe Biden has a little bit of a problem. So do I. When you get in your 70s or 80s, you forget things. It doesn't mean you're a moron or you're obsolete. It just means that the brain doesn't work so quickly. Okay? Forgive him. Forgive him for being his age. Anyway, stop the madness, everybody.
Vote for who you think you want, and that's it. And leave the rest of it up. Let everybody vote. And
Yeah,
that's your voice.
Yeah, I mean, people said to me, what do you think of the election? I said, may the most disgusting man win.
Both the choices are pretty
I
bad.
mean, I'm not happy with either one of them, tell you the truth.
So your buddy, though, Dave from Stars Now says, so on Friday, you're going to be sucking it. It'll never happen, Dave.
Not for free.
Yeah.
There's a heavy duty price that goes with that.
Yeah.
A very heavy price.
Everybody's going to watch,
Like
though.
the
Everybody's going to tune in and watch,
mortgage of
though.
a house mortgage price.
They're all going to tune in and watch, so it'll be fun.
Well, of course, because you know when I do interviews, I get nuts and I don't care. Because that's a wonderful part about being 80 years old. You really don't care anymore about what people think, say, or about you. You sort of push your way through life saying, hey, screw you, I'm still here. Another day, let's make fun and have good time. So you really get over all of your idiosyncrasies that you have when you're young. You know, that fear of not being accepted, being wanted, being loved. When you're my age, you don't give a damn about any of that. All you care about is, oh, I'm breathing. Oh, look. Oh, I can still breathe.
Yeah, which is cool. Absolutely.
Put the phone down. Talking to your mic.
Well, I was looking to see it, making sure that we didn't have any problems with any guests. But
We don't have any problems with any guests, and if we did, so what? Who
Dave
cares?
Hughes says, all good, fun guys. Love you both. We love Dave. Dave's great,
Dave is a
even if
great
he is a
guy.
perv.
Yeah, but we don't have anybody on today, Dave. So you could put your vibrator away, or your whatever, or your what is it? That suction cup they put on Wang's, that big plastic,
Like
thing?
a pump? Like a penis pump?
Penis pump. You could put your penis pump away. Anyway, let's not get nasty today. I'm not in the mood to do dirty stuff.
That's funny.
I'm going to be very elegant and clean because I've got glasses on. See, watch.
You do? Oh.
Oh my God.
Is it bright without them?
Was it ever bright? Like I'm blind now. The bright one in my new eye. Woo. Anyway, cataracts are no fun.
So we started watching a couple of new shows. We watched one episode of White Lines. We didn't really like it. We watched Lock and Key. I liked it, but Ron didn't really like it. We watched a couple episodes of Jeffrey Epstein's thing, but it gets kind of like repetitive because it keeps showing you the same thing over and over, which gets boring. So if anybody's got anything really good to watch, let us know because we need something better to watch while we're stuck
I've
here.
been watching the series of Tombs of Egypt, and that's a fabulous documentary. It shows you all of the tombs that have been discovered in Egypt with, King Tutankhamun and everybody else.
Tutankhamun. And guess what? Who's just joined us in the chat room?
Who?
Meg!
Oh, no, my Maggie?
Yeah, hey,
From,
Meg!
from Ohio, my sweetest, dearest friend in the world who I love and adore. She's the best friend anybody could ever want. Boy, am I lucky to get her as a friend. Hi, darling. How's your husband? Is he safe? Because her husband is a pulmonist, a doctor, and he's working with all these people that have the virus. And I worry about Alan, and I hope he keeps a mask on and washes his hands and does all that he's supposed to, like everybody else should.
Absolutely.
So, Meg, everything is okay, honey? Let me know. Talk in the chat room. Is everything okay, Meg?
She said, can't stay on long because her grandchildren are listening. Oh, we're keeping it clean today.
Yeah, it's clean today. So tell your grandchildren it's okay. We're not doing a nasty show. Well, we don't have any girls on with artificial boobs hanging out.
Yeah, and the one that is coming on with their husband, which kind of like wrecks it.
Yeah, so we're going to be very conservative. I have my glasses on, Meg, because I had my cataract surgery 5 days ago, and it really stinks because you see double and blurry. Anyway, I'm just tired of being an old wreck. I have to keep rebuilding my parts. I'm like a 1926 Model T Ford, and Fender's,
like the Bionic Man.
Yeah, well,
I like
if
that.
they put any more plastic in me, I'm going to be a Ken doll. I mean, really. Anyway, what are we going to do now?
You know what else I got? Like I've been talking to Andrew DeLeon. Andrew DeLeon, we had on our show in Pennsylvania when he almost won America's Got Talent, and like I was on LinkedIn, and he sent me a message on LinkedIn because I friend requested him because I recognized him, and it's kind of cool, like how on LinkedIn now all these people that used to come on our show are reaching out.
What's the point of this guy?
He's just a cool singer that was on America's Got Talent. He was one of our show guests.
Oh, I thought there was maybe a major point.
No major point. He sent me a message how much fun he had on our show and how much fun it was to do it. And this is when we were in Pennsylvania.
Good. I'm glad that somebody appreciates us. Hey, Meg, I want your kids to know, if they're listening in, that they are so lucky to have you and Ellen for parents. You're probably two of the best parents I've ever met in my life. You really love your children and you gave them good educations. One's a lawyer, one's a doctor, and the other one I think is becoming a doctor also, or a lawyer, I'm not sure. But you've done a brilliant job with your children. You're a great mom, and Alan is a super duper dad. So call your parents up, kids.
Everybody should do that.
And tell them you love them, because you never know, tomorrow they could be gone. So you got to say, I love you every day, like my daughters do. I kiss my daughters hello and goodbye every day. In the event I never see them again, they will remember me as kissing them.
Okay, and we've been going every Monday. We've been doing game night and dinner with the girls.
I go to their house with Jimmy, and I go to their house one night. They come here and we play dominoes. I love dominoes. We have so much fun. We have dinner. We have little snacks as we're playing dominoes.
I love dominoes too.
And
now
we play for 4 and 5 hours. The games go so quickly, and the jokes in between, and the fun. And it's just so nice to spend time with my daughters that I love so much.
Absolutely. We've been having a good time. Even though we're quarantined, we're trying to still have fun and keep our sanity.
Well, I'm losing mine. It's not easy for me because I'm a Gemini. I'm a Roma. I was always one to wonder what's over the next hill. and now my life is redundant. And I told that to Jimmy. I do the same thing every day. Get up, make coffee, have it, play with the dogs, do this, do that. It's just every day is the same old, same old.
But next week's changes, because next week you're going to like film or roll in another part 2 of Clown Motel, and then we're going to drive to wherever that is and go to Clown Motel.
Right. So thankfully there'll be some changes in our lifestyle, because right now it stinks. And besides, I'm very homesick for New York. I've been going through a terrible time. I have so many friends in New York that call me and tell me what's going on there. And they say, Ron, if you came here, you wouldn't recognize it. Your heart would be broken, because they've absolutely destroyed New York City, all the beautiful places, the statues. They've written stuff on the gutters and the streets. It's just a disgusting mess. It's like a craziness. I don't understand this. Why they're doing that to a beautiful city like New York City. I mean, protest is fine. Like Martin Luther King said, we protested, but we never destroyed anything, and we got our point across. Violence does not make people like you. If these people that are doing all these violent things realize that they're being hated, and if you're doing it to get Trump out of office, mistake. More people now are going to vote for Trump.
Okay, hold on. We're going to go back to you. Hello, you guys.
Hi. We're good. Thank you.
I'm doing a political rap, which I never do. But, I've just got so many phone calls from my New York friends who are telling me it's boarded up, it's abandoned, people are moving out of it like crazy. It's a ghost town, and my heart's breaking, because New York is probably one of the most beautiful cities.
And he's a New Yorker,
world.
you guys.
And I'm a New Yorker.
All right, hold on. Let's go. We'll come back to you.
That's what I was talking about.
So let's say hi to you guys. First of all, let's make sure we can hear you, and then we'll actually make an announcement and introduce you properly.
All right. Can you hear us okay?
I hear you. Let's try you, Lauren.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, my God. Yes, we can. All right.
We can hear you, and you look wonderful.
All right, you guys. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell 2 incredibly talented musicians. We have Lauren Monroe, and we have Rick Allen from Def Leppard, and they also happen to be a married couple, and they have a new EP called Big Love coming out, and we're so happy to welcome you guys. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Let me introduce you to everybody. First, we'll start off by introducing you to my cool, outrageous Man About Town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell, who's also my husband.
I'm not an egomaniac. I don't think I'm a star. And the sunglasses are not because I don't want to be recognized. The truth of the matter is I had cataract surgery 5 days ago, and the bright lights of the studio really are killing me. So that's the reason.
That's why he has glasses on.
I'm not incognito.
Great. Speedy recovery.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So
Then we have a chat room, and we literally have, let's see, we have England, Australia, Canada, Germany, lots of places in the United States all represented. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hey, everyone.
And this is going to be a lot of fun. So we want to welcome you guys to the show. And where are you guys actually? Where do you guys live?
We're up in Northern California.
Okay, you don't have to tell us exactly.
Beautiful. Anywhere in Northern California is beautiful. I have to tell you what we tell everybody that comes on that's in the music business. I am so upset because we're not allowed to play your music. And in shows before, we could play the music that the people did when they came on our show, and that made it a really rounded, nice show. So now we have to talk about your music.
Tell people where to go to get your music.
And I really wish they'd cut that crap out, because we're not pirating. We're not pirating your music. You're here to promote your music. And I don't understand why you don't have the right to promote your music wherever you wish.
But anyway, what happens was we used to do it because we've been on the air for 13 years. We always had people play the music, but starting in January, we had John B on. I don't know if you know John B. He's like an R&B star, but he sold millions of records. And we played his song, and in the middle of the thing, YouTube shut us down. And they got cut off, and the whole show got disappeared. And we had to come back 10 minutes later, and it was a mess. So what we'll do is, first of all, you guys, let me tell you.
Let me just say something. We have over 4.5 million people right now in this show. So can you imagine if 4.5 million people listen to your music?
They're going to listen.
I mean, no, but they can't on our show. You would be selling, even if you sold 150,000 albums. I mean, that's good money, baby, right?
And they're donating their money. We're going to get to all of that. You're going too far ahead of me. I got all these great notes.
I don't research guests.
All right. So you guys, first of all, let me do some bragging. First of all, tell us, how did you guys meet? Because you're married, and I read on Wikipedia that you got married in 2003. Let's do some gossip stuff first, and then we'll go into your
I usually
music.
do that.
It's
I
getting
want to know how they met.
No,
You're taking all my questions.
Go ahead. We always argue. Don't worry about it. You'll get used to it in a minute. So one of you guys tell us how you met. Lauren, you tell us.
Well, I was living in Boulder, Colorado at the time, and we had a mutual friend. I come from a healing arts background. I did a lot of spiritual healing and energy medicine, massage therapy. I worked at various locations and helping people with trauma. And my friend was friends with Rick, and he was coming through town at a concert, and he said, I really want you to work with Rick. He needs someone to help him. And so I met him as a therapist first, and we became friends. And that's pretty much it.
I love it.
Yeah, my daughter Deirdre is very much into everything that you just said. She's also a
Reiki,
whatever person. I don't know. And I'm holistic also. I certainly believe that nature is the answer to the cure of all of our diseases, not chemicals, but nature.
Yeah.
So here's what I want to do. I want to do a real quick brag for Rick real quick. First of all, I love drummers, I have to say. So I'm excited that you're on the show, and I'm so excited that you guys came on as a couple to promote the new album. We actually recently just had Kenny Aronoff on the show, and I'm also do some publicity for him. And I know he played on the album, right?
Yeah.
We love him.
I love Kenny. Kenny is the best guy in the world.
We got
he's always up, funny, and wonderful.
And we got about 4 million plays or whatever on the show. People really like him, and so we're going to get a lot of plays for you too. But I want to do some bragging.
Wait a minute. I compared Kenny once to Gene Krupa.
Fantastic. Yeah, Gene Krupa, fantastic drummer.
Gene Krupa's from my day, and I mean, I've never seen a drummer like it yet. I know he was loaded all the time, but I don't know what he was loaded on, because I would suggest to some of these lousy drummers to take some. But he was wonderful. I mean, Gene Krupa, for those of you out there who don't know who he is, was the greatest drummer of the 1940s and 50s. His hands moved so quickly you could barely see where the sticks hit. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct.
Actually, too, just to let you know, because Ron is a big Turner Classic Movies guy, even though he looks young, tell him how old you are.
I just turned 80 in May.
So he's 80. So he's from a different generation.
I'm an old bag.
I do the young bags, and he does the old bags.
I'm like ancient. I'm an ancient alien.
So real quick though, you guys. So Rick, you guys, for anybody who doesn't know who he is, and I don't know how anybody couldn't.
How could you not know who he is? You got to be dead.
He's also known as the Thunder God. He's the drummer for Def Leppard. They sold more than 100 million records worldwide. He's ranked number 7 greatest drummers of all time, ranked number 31 in VH1's 100 greatest artists of hard rock. Actually, Def Leppard is ranked 70 in the 100 greatest artists of all time. Def Leppard was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2019.
That's right.
And everybody knows Bringing On the Heartbreak, Photograph, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Love Bites, Animal, Rock of Ages. And I actually saw you guys in concert when I was in high school. It was awesome. So it was fun. And now you have your beautiful wife, Lauren Monroe, and you guys just did a new EP called Big Love, and I've been listening to it for 3 days on Spotify. There's 5 songs, you guys. It's really good. It's on Spotify.
What's your favorite number?
My favorite number is When the Rain Comes, actually. Was the one I like the best. But there's 5 songs, you guys. One called Big Love, one called Lie, one called Get Happy, one called When the Rain Comes, and one called Joshua. And the first single that's been released is Big Love, and you guys can see it. The video is on YouTube. It's a beautiful video. So we'll let you guys.
We can't show the video either?
No, we can't. But I'm going to put the video, when this video goes out to all the TV networks that we send it to, I'm going to put the video in it. So it'll be there.
This really sucks. I mean, what has the video got to do with their album? I mean,
it's a song.
It's promoting.
It's playing
no,
the
but
song.
what I mean is, what are you going to do? Copy the video?
No, but that's just the way they do it.
I mean,
What are
you're
you
going to walk
do?
around with a video in your phone?
He likes to complain, don't we?
No, I only complain when things are unjust, okay? You guys work very hard to produce and deliver this music. And for these people to hinder your sale of it sucks. What's her name? Who I love, the singer that I love so much.
Oh, that helps.
I just had an ancient alien brain missing. Stevie Nicks.
Oh,
Stevie
Stevie
Nicks,
Nicks.
who I love. Stevie Nicks said to me, she said, Ron, I can't sell any music because they're pirating it all. So now I only do live shows. How do you feel about what Stevie said?
It's interesting. What do you think?
I haven't come across that for me yet. I mean, you've been in the industry way more than me, but
No, I mean, the industry's changed a lot. I mean, some people do expect that music is for free if it's on the internet. So more and more, your music is your calling card, really, in a view to playing live shows. So it's changed. It is different, but there are always new ways to create revenue streams.
Yes.
But like Stevie said, why produce a record? You're not going to make any money on it. So she stopped producing records, and now she just does live shows where you buy a ticket to see her. And I
Well,
think,
not right now, but yeah.
I don't mean this week. I didn't mean this week right now, Jimmy. I'm going to beat you later. I mean,
So hold on. Let's go to them,
wait,
though.
I want to. You're from Australia?
No, he's from
Oh, me?
England.
No, I'm originally from right in the middle of England, close to a place called Sheffield.
Oh, I know where that is. I go to England a lot. I have a very dear friend of mine who's in northern England, in Lancashire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful farm there called the Baker Farm, a very famous farm, because on it is a church from the medieval days. And if you go in it, you see the coffins with the knights in shining armor on it. Quite an interesting part of England. Beautiful. Yeah. They do a lot of filming there. Many movies have been made there.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
right. I grew up there. It's beautiful.
Beautiful country. Beautiful.
Which, by the way, I want to tell everybody, you joined Def Leppard when you were 15, right?
I did. I joined. I auditioned just before my 15th birthday and joined around about my 15th birthday. So I've been with them for a while.
Aaliyah, pretty. So Lauren, let's go to you then. How long have you been doing music?
Well, I had my first guitar when I was 6, started writing songs when I was little. So I've been playing for quite a while. I had a band in Colorado. I had a band in San Francisco when I was there. And then I've just always been playing. But I've only released a few albums. The last one I did was called Freedom Sessions, and Rick produced it in 2008. And then I've just been busy with lots of different projects, and I've been writing furiously, and we decided to release something this year.
I love it, though. It's a weird time to do it, but one thing I find is cool, and we're going to talk about the album in a second, but one of the things that I find to be really cool is that you guys have like a charity foundation that you guys have founded, and 100% of the proceeds of your album, Big Love, is going to that, which I think is really cool. It shows a lot of character, I think, for you guys to like be doing something to really give back. And I always like that. We have another friend, because we're going to talk about the charity too, who has a charity called Dogs for Our Brave, and they fund the dogs for the veterans who come back with PTSD and missing limbs and all kinds of things, and they fund it all themselves, for that. And so I think what you're doing is really, really cool, and we'll get into that in a second. But let's talk a little bit about the record.
1 second. We need more people like you, and like the Marilyn and Andy Goldstein. Gladstein. I'm sorry. People. They're only my dearest best friends, by the way. People today are very selfish. People are thinking about me. It's all about me. And I think that's not what nature designed us to do. Nature said help each other. And what you're doing, I must tell you, is a wonderful thing. And if there is a God, which there may be, may not be, I'm sure you will be rewarded, because good brings good, bad brings
And we'll let
bad.
you tell us about your charity in a second. Tell us a little bit about the album, how it got put together, and the 5 songs in your own words real quick, and give the people something big. So get all excited about it and go.
I'm excited about it. Well, this album, the EP has 5 songs on it, like you said, and they were written over a period of time. The earliest one was 1999 that I had Joshua. I wrote a long time ago, but Big Love was written in 2016, right at the beginning of the summer campaign of the presidential election, and there was a lot of diversity. There was a lot of division between all of us Americans. We started really feeling the anger and the violence, and it was apparent that there was something going on that was very meaningful, and that we needed to come forward to to create some kind of oneness with our music. And I've always been doing that. These songs represent just a coming together with awareness that we all need to be unified. And Big Love really represents that. And that's my mission as an artist. This EP is one of many that will be coming out. So.
Now, I so believe this because I'm from the hippie generation. I was a Gucci hippie. You know, I wore Gucci as a hippie. But I mean, music back in the 60s and 70s absolutely brought us all together. It was the greatest thing that we listened to because everybody wanted peace and love and caring. And it may have been corny and stupid when you look back now, but back then it was important. Yes, we have got to stop this fighting between Democrats and Republicans. We have to stop this destruction of our country, and we've got to stop the hatred for America. I am so happy to be an American. I've traveled the world extensively because of my career, and I know how people live in other parts of the world. And I remember saying when I went to sleep, boy, am I lucky I'm an American. So everybody out there, love this country. It's a wonderful country, and it does good for so many people who come here with nothing and become something.
My family came with nothing. We came from Italy to New York. All of my family's in New York. So we heard you while we were backstage talking about New York. And I every word you were saying, how much I miss it, and I can't see my parents and my family. And right now,
he's from Italy too. His family's from Italy too.
I'm Italian, and I'm from Brooklyn and New York City. I grew up in, and I learned how to be who I am today because that city offered me everything it could possibly offer me, all sorts of lifestyles and traditions. And I grew up with all kinds of people. So diversity to me is something not new like it is to many people today. I grew up in Brooklyn, which is quite diverse, and we all got along fine, and we all helped each other out. Today, we have become divided. This hatred for Donald Trump has got to stop. This hatred for Joe Biden has got to stop. We have to realize that these men worked very hard to get where they are. And whether you like them or not, whether you think they're good or bad, one of them will become president. Deal with it. Don't fight it. Don't insult. See if you can help this country by doing good deeds and helping
like you
one
guys
another.
are doing.
I think it's wonderful. I love the both of you. I don't even know who you are, but I love you.
I also want to say Scotty J is in the chat room from Rock Titan. He told me to say hi. He used to be our engineer actually for the show. And he's saying if you haven't heard Lauren's voice, you have to. It's incredible. He also said he got his Rick Allen Funko Pop. Hang on.
Wait, of course her voice is incredible. She's Italian.
Okay, of course. And he also said he got his Rick Allen Funko Pop. Do you have a Funko Pop?
I do, yes.
I have got to get a Funko Pop because I collect Funko Pops from everybody who's been on the show. I have like 150 of them. So now that I know you have one, I'm going to be going to eBay tonight as soon as we get off of here, and getting it. I freaking love it.
I've seen them, but I haven't even got one myself. So.
Oh, I'll buy two and send you one if I can find one, and then you can autograph it for me, mine, and send it back.
There's always a method.
Hey, they're worth more money then, because
you're never going to sell.
So, Lauren, do you have a Funko? I know I don't sell anything. I have my whole office full of autographed stuff to Jimmy Starr, and I don't, so it can't be sold.
That hasn't been dusted in 2 years.
Oh well, I can't help it.
So lucky if you could figure out what they are. You just have to push off the dust.
Lauren, do you have a Funko Pop? Not yet.
I know.
She will.
It's coming. It's coming.
You know, somebody's making dolls of Jimmy and I have no idea.
Yeah, we're going to have our own too.
I said I'm not going to allow it because people could use it as a voodoo doll and stick pins in it, you know.
Oh, they're saying like somebody doesn't know what a Funko Pop is. You guys are like retarded. It's fabulous.
Yeah,
they're fabulous.
I even know what that is. That's that little doll in a box, in the little square box.
So you guys, big love, you guys. It's a 5-song EP. First of all, I should say, if you want to follow Rick and Lauren on Twitter, it's I am Lauren Monroe on Twitter for Lauren, and Rick is Rick Allen Live. I follow both of them. They have a charity. Did you call it a charity?
Yes, it's a 501c3.
Okay, called Project Resiliency, and they have another one called the Raven Drum Foundation, and they work together. And the statement, I guess the statement of what Project Resilience is, I wrote it down off of the website: to serve, educate, and empower veterans and people in crisis, to support, promote, and contribute to global healing, multicultural unification, and community leadership. And the website is project-resiliency.org. And so tell us a little bit, how did that come together and how do they work together? And I know because the other one is like a cool drum thing, and you're a drummer, so that like makes a lot of sense. But tell us kind of like how they came together.
Well, Raven Drum Foundation was our first 501c3, and we created that after we met. I'm a drummer, a percussionist too. I came from a dance background as well, and I learned a lot of drumming when I was dancing. We would drum together, and I was teaching him a lot of mindfulness practices to reduce anxiety, and I did that a lot with people. And we realized that the combination of drumming and visualization and healing and breathing really helped people. So we started going around and teaching it to people who are going through problems and going through crisis. And we realized that it didn't matter where we were. If it was kids, it was cancer patients, if it was kids in juvenile facilities, it was helping everybody. Because music is such a universal language, we decided to create a foundation around that. And then from that, I'll let Rick explain it. In 2006, he went to Walter Reed Army Hospital, and we decided to create Project Resiliency, which is based upon veterans and PTSD awareness and recovery. So.
Yeah, we really
That's
wanted.
absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, after visiting Walter Reed, I realized there was a need for it. I saw a lot of suffering, but I also saw a lot of potential. And through my experience, through Lauren's experience, we decided to create Project Resiliency, which was more focused on trauma and our veterans.
I think that's super cool, and who better, with your history and the trauma that you went through, because you're like an inspiration for people. You had that terrible trauma, then you came out on the other side, and instead of bringing you down, you became like the biggest drummer superstar on the planet, which I think is amazing.
Well, I also believe that if you have someone like this girl here on our show, that's because I forgot your name.
Lauren.
Lauren. How could I forget Lauren? I love Lauren. Lauren Bacall was one of my dearest friends in the world. If you know who Lauren Bacall is. Humphrey Bogart's wife. Lauren and I were dear friends for years. People like you that go around helping other people. It is an inspiration to people because a lot of people out there that I've met have no one. They're alone. They don't have husbands, wives, or lovers, or anyone that cares about them. So they deteriorate. Someone like you comes along, Lauren, and you give them a reason. You give them a rhyme. You give them hope. And that's beautiful. That's Italian. Now, where are you from in Italy? I mean, from New York.
Queens, from Whitestone.
Oh, you got to go away. I lived at Le Havre.
I know Le Havre. I know friends in Le Havre.
In Beechhurst. I lived in Le Havre for years. Love that apartment, that 20 by 40 living room.
Oh, yeah. I've been in those apartment buildings. Yeah.
What did she say?
She said I was in those apartment buildings.
Oh, yeah. I lived there for years when I was first married, when I was a young man in my early 20s. It was almost a brand new building at the time. But yes, I lived in Astoria for many. We lived in Brooklyn, then we left Brooklyn and moved to Astoria, which was country at the time. There was a lake across the street. The people next door had goats. Could you believe that? And of course, now it's all factories and commercial. But yeah, but Whitestone is wonderful. Did you go to Bayside High?
I went to St. Luke's, and then I went to St. Agnes in College Point for high school.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm way older than you, so I went to Long Island City High when I lived in Astoria. But as an adult, I lived in Beechhurst. I loved it there. It was country. My God, people would say, "Where do you live?" I'd say Beechhurst. They say, "Where the hell is that?" I'd say, "Past Whitestone and Bayside." They say, "Oh, you got to be kidding! All the way out there, isn't it lonely?" And the Trogs Neck Bridge came along. They built that. There was a beach there. It was a wonderful beach that we used to go down to Beechhurst Beach, and it had a swimming pool. I mean, that was living back in the 60s, late 50s and early 60s. So I'm happy. We're neighbors. I love that.
That's great.
You sound like all of my family, so
What'd you say?
She said you sound like all of my family.
Well, we're Italian. We're all alike. We think the same.
And they're all good looking. Like, I swear, everybody who comes
look
on
at
who's
you.
Italian, all the women and men who come on are gorgeous.
Look at that gorgeous head of hair.
And look at the smile.
And look at the hair. That's Italian. Italians all have gorgeous hair. Now, listen, what kind of Italian are you?
Sicilian and from Naples, Neapolitan.
I was going to say Napolitan. You look Napolitan. Definitely Napolitan. My grandfather was Napolitan, so I'm part Napolitan, and my father was Genovese, and my grandmother was a Venetian. So we're Venetian, Genoa, and Naples. And I think a little Sicily, and somebody said Barese also. So it's a nice mix of Italian. It's all wonderful anyway.
So wait, let's go.
Wait, I want to ask you one more question. Do you cook Italian?
I do.
Oh, he's so lucky. Oh, that man is
Rick,
so lucky.
is she good at it, Rick?
Of course she is. She's Italian.
And I became a pretty good cook myself. You know, I have a couple of twists that she doesn't necessarily approve of.
Yeah, but she can cook it. If you cook Italian, then she could cook it well because all the girls learn from their fathers and mothers. You should go out. You should go out now and buy her the most wonderful gift for cooking for you. Such good food. Be grateful. You know, like when you leave home, carry her to the car. Don't let her walk because she cooks for you.
You gotta love it. So let me ask you guys a music question. So Lauren, because your music is very relaxing. Like I found it. I'm a publicist.
I want to hear her music.
Wait, you can't hear it right now. I'm a publicist by trade, and so I work in my office all day long, and I work with a lot of like Kenny and everybody, a lot of cool people, and so I was listening to it. It was very relaxing. Who are some of your like musical influences? And you can't say Def Leppard because that doesn't count. Who are some of like your musical influences that you listened to growing up? The kinds of music that you listen to. And then Rick, you think about it because I want to know who some of your influences were too, growing up. But she gets to go first because beautiful women go first.
No problem.
She is a beauty.
Yes.
Well, Tom Petty influenced me quite a bit. It was my first concert. But as far as vocalists, Linda Ronstadt really inspired me with her voice. I don't think anyone's really compared to her since.
I don't think so either.
I love Bonnie Raitt. I love Stevie Nicks.
I love Stevie Nicks.
Brown. They all really inspired me.
Jim Morrison.
Oh, Jim Morrison did big time when I was little, when I was younger.
I read in the bio for the Big Love album that somebody from Tom Petty like helped produce it or played on it or something, right?
I was so fortunate. I worked with Jim Scott, who produced the Wildflowers album, and worked with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And he brought in Steve Ferroni, who's the drummer with the Heartbreakers, and Ben Montench to do. Well, Steve was on the whole record, and Ben Mont came in for a few songs. So I was just so grateful to have that experience. And with Kenny there, and Waddy Wachtel was there. He's a New Yorker too. He's from, I don't know if you know Waddy. He plays with Stevie Nicks now. But he was on the record. He did all those slamming guitars on Big Love, and so
awesome.
I was very fortunate to have things just come to me so wonderfully, and I'm just really grateful for that.
I love
That's
it.
because you're a good person. If you do good, you get good. You do bad, you know what you get? Guts.
All right, Rick, your turn. Some of the
what,
influences.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to say one thing to her. Now you made me forget.
Okay.
I was trying to. This is just eyeball. You can't think without an eyeball. Isn't that ridiculous? I mean, my eye makes me.
You said GOTS, so does that have anything to do with GOTS?
No. I wanted to say something too. Oh, we have so many friends that are famous rock and roll people, from Pink Floyd, everybody. They all are by far the nicest gang of people we ever meet. I love all of our rock and roll stars, and you two guys are right in there too.
Actually, they probably know a lot of the people that we know.
And you know how nice they are. They're all sweet guys, and girls, of course. Rock and roll people are not drugged up weirdo ass works. Believe me, they're sweet people.
So actually, some of them.
No,
so Rick thinks it's funny.
We never met.
No, we never meet any bad ones.
We never met a prick yet. We haven't.
Some of the people that we've worked with, like I'm sure you know, because you're a drummer. Steve Perkins from Jane's Addiction is a good friend of ours.
Love Steve.
Scott Page, who is the saxophonist for Pink Floyd.
Best friend.
Kenny Olson from
Love Kenny.
Kid Rock, Twisted Brown, Tucker Band. He's a great guitarist.
So many people.
Yeah, there's a whole lot now. I can't remember them.
Billy Idol.
So I like drummers. So we've had like Bobby Blotzer on the show from Rat. And back when he was in Rat, because he's not the drummer now.
And they're all nice guys.
Everybody's nice.
People think that, oh my God, those rock and roll people, they rape girls in the green room. Maybe, but not all the time. Now that segues Lauren. That segues me to you. That's our little dog. How do you feel about Are you jealous of him? Astro, come here.
Okay.
We have a little 7-pound mutt with a big mouth. Astro, are you jealous of him? Because women are very forward with rockers. They'll think nothing of pushing her out of the way and sitting on his lap. What would you do in that situation?
I'm not jealous, and it's interesting because most of the women that love Rick, and they all do, they're so respectful of him, and he has such wonderful boundaries with people, and he can show his love and hug them, and he's very authentic. But there's no like sexual energy. He doesn't throw that around. So I trust him. He trusts me, and we just have to. It's never been an issue.
So go the other way and let Rick answer because you're smoking hot.
And Lauren, he doesn't want to get your Italian up because Napolitan women forget it. You cross a Napolitan woman and she spits in your food when she cooks it.
No, well, I think she'd probably do more than that.
What do you say?
He should probably do more than that.
No, she starts with spitting in your food, then maybe.
You gotta love it. So hold on, go with you. So who were some of your influences then, Rick?
My dad was a huge music fan. I got into big band when I was younger. I used to love listening to big band, and then I got into jazz rock. And then my older brother, he started bringing records home, Deep Purple, and then of course the whole sort of late '60s, early '70s was a fantastic time for music. Sweet, Slade, Bowie. Queen, I mean, you name it. All this music was available to us. So we took our influences from pretty much everything.
I love all that. We had Slade on the show.
Bowie was mine.
Oh yeah, he liked Bowie.
Oh, I love.
So what
Bowie.
about now today?
Bowie.
So those are influences. Now, if you were sitting around first of all, do you guys sit around and listen? Do you sit around and listen to yourself, Lauren, or do you sit around and listen to Def Leppard or any of Rick's music a lot of the time, or do you guys listen to other people's music?
We listen to Frank Sinatra all the time.
What'd you say,
Frank Sinatra? I love Frank Sinatra.
Too.
We just watched a great documentary.
Sinatra and Johnny Mathis.
Johnny Mathis is his favorite.
I know, and I've met Johnny a few times, and I adore Johnny Mathis. He is the kindest, sweetest, most humble, shy, delicious human being in the world. And that's why his voice is so magnificent, is because he sings from his soul. Johnny Mathis is by far better than Sinatra, better than any vocalist that has ever lived on the planet Earth. And Peggy Lee.
That's his favorite.
And
Peggy Lee and Johnny
is
Mathis.
his co-partner. No one is Peggy Lee. She sang before the music, which is unheard of. Or was it behind the music? I forgot.
The music,
I think she sang. She sang off the. She never sang with the music. Either she sang before it or after it, which is a no-no. But she was wonderful.
So wait, go back. So do you guys have Netflix?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, go on Netflix. We watched it just the other night. It's like a 3-hour-long, 2-part documentary
Wonderful.
all about Frank Sinatra in Palm Springs and stuff. But we live in Palm Springs, but it's an excellent documentary. Just Google Frank Sinatra.
And they told the truth for a
search it.
change. They really told the truth about Sinatra.
And it has his performances and all kinds of stuff. And you'll really like it if you like Frank Sinatra. It's really worth sitting to watch.
Over the years, I have met many people who were friends with Sinatra. And I know lots of stories about Sinatra, which, of course, would never leave my mouth. But they did it in this documentary. I was so shocked when I heard certain names and events that Sinatra was involved with. I thought that was all taboo and secret. But now the secret's out.
Okay,
Watch it. It's good.
What's you guys' favorite movie? Do you guys have a movie that's your go-to movie, like when you guys are in some kind of weird mood that you both like? Like Ron and I like different movies, so it's harder for us. He likes everything Turner Classic Movies.
Well, I do a lot of movies. Like I just did 4 movies. I have 6 more to do. And they're all horror movies where they chop people up and blood and guts fly.
He doesn't like those.
And I hate them. I hate the movies I'm in, but I'm in them. But I hate it. And
let them answer. Let them answer.
Well, just let me finish. When I read a script, I read to see what parts they're going to tear off me before I do a movie. Go.
All right. So what are some of you guys' like go-to movies?
Have you ever heard of one called Red Violin?
Yes.
Yes, of course, The Red Violin. I know that film.
That's really good.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, that's always a great go-to.
We like, Jimmy Stewart's Wonderful
Yes.
Life.
Yeah, we know it well. Lots of people choose.
That's
that
actually
one.
my real name is Jimmy Stewart, but I couldn't trademark it, and so I became Jimmy Star. But otherwise, I am Jimmy Stewart. And so so everybody likes it. Ron, we like one movie that we both like together though. It's North by Northwest, right?
Well, we love Cary Grant.
Yeah, we like Cary Grant movies.
You know, I always wanted to be Cary Grant when I grew up. Instead, I turned out to look like Tony Curtis, which is okay too. But I wanted to be Cary Grant.
I also my go-to feel-good movie is Pretty Woman. I love Pretty Woman. I've seen it like 800 times.
That's a good one. You know, one for the Italians, which is fantastic, is Moonstruck.
Yes, I saw that for the first time, and since we've been like trapped.
A better film than that, if you want to be a proud Italian, is the Tuscany film with Diane Ladd.
Oh, Under the Tuscan Sun.
Under the Tuscan Sun.
Oh, okay.
That is the most wonderful Italian film I've ever seen since La Dolce Vita.
I saw Moonstruck though for the first time, and I actually liked it. And
Well,
since we've been stuck in the COVID, I saw that. And what's the James Dean movie that he's famous for? Rebel Without a Cause. I had never seen that. We saw that. I'm seeing.
But Moonstruck to me was like listening to the wall at my neighbors. You know. Forget about it.
No, it's true. It's like
Get over it.
Yeah, my favorite part.
Well, everybody loved it. That's what made Cher, you know, a score in that film. I hate to be a name dropper and a bragger, but I'm not. These are just people I work with, and I know Cher is the total opposite of that in person. Cher is a walking sleepwalker. I mean, Cher never is there. She can walk in looking magnificent, stand there, and you speak to her, but she's really not there. She's still home in bed sleeping. That's Cher. She is absolutely not a volatile, demonstrative, loud human being. She is so laid back that it's amazing.
So hey, let's do
she did a good job on the film.
Let's do a hypothetical. Okay, so the COVID virus is over, and you guys get to go back and play shows again that aren't like online streaming shows, and an agent approaches you and they say, Lauren, we want you to open for blank with your Big Love album. Who is the person that you would be like, oh my God, it would be so great if I could like open for this person? I'd ask you that, Rick, but you don't open for anybody. Everybody opens for you.
No. Who's like your favorite? Who would you want to go on stage with?
You know what? I wish you didn't ask me that question because I have to think about that for a minute.
If Tom Petty was still around.
It would be
okay.
him. It would be him.
Hypothetically.
You know, Bonnie Raitt would be wonderful. She still plays, but rarely.
I love Bonnie Raitt.
No,
I also like Bonnie Tyler.
It's great. Total Eclipse.
Yeah, Total Eclipse is like a great song. I freaking love that song.
Who else? Jackson Brown. Who else were you talking about that you'd like to?
Melissa Etheridge.
Melissa Etheridge.
Oh, actually, she's going to come on the show. Like, I sent her people stuff, and they said she'd come on the show. I love Melissa Etheridge. She's fabulous. And she's family.
People used to say to me, who do you like? And I would say Country Joe and the Fish. And they'd say, who?
I bet they don't know who that is.
You don't even know who Country Joe is.
You guys ever heard of Country Joe and the Fish?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I mean, Country Joe was such a hippie thing in the old days. I mean, everybody would pass the bong around and you'd listen to Country Joe and you sort of went off into some other world because he was so out of it. And it was fun. So nobody knows. So Country Joe and the Fish, if you're still around, yay for you.
So let's go to you then, Rick. Let's say, well, who are some of the bands that you guys have toured with that were a lot of fun? Or let's say you weren't you, and you were in another band and you were going to have to be and you couldn't open up for yourself because that's not any fair. Like, who are some bands that you think it would be great to like play with?
Oh, I'd love to play with AC/DC.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would have loved to have played with Zeppelin. I would love to have played with Queen. I mean,
and Pink Floyd, you want to play with them too?
I guess we have friends there.
They're all our friends. You want to play with Pink Floyd, or we're going to cut you off the air now.
I think that's hilarious. I think it's a lot of fun. I mean, you had such an amazing career, and the two of you together have gotten to do so many like cool things.
They're a sweet couple.
And I think it's really, I know, I can see that. And you guys have been together since, I think I said 2003. So 17 years and you still like each other. That's awesome. Like, actually, I think that's.
Since 2000, we've known each other.
Hey, Lauren, did your father ever get you on the side and say, you're going to be in music, in rock and roll, you better not smoke a reefer? That's what my father used to say to me. You're going to be in movies? What, with the reefers?
Similar conversations. Yeah.
That was a big
She
word.
said she had similar conversations.
Yeah, that was a big word. And non fa la putana either. You can't. Non si fa la putana.
I know that very well.
You know, coming from.
You're gonna wear that out? I always had to go and change. I couldn't wear anything.
So wait, what did your family think the first time you brought him home? Because like when
They
you
didn't
guys
li- they
when
didn't
you
like
guys
him.
met, he was
They
already
did
like
not- they did not like him because he wasn't Italian.
You know what? No, they really loved him. He was so polite. He made them all tea. They were, they really they liked him. I think I'm the first or second in my family to marry someone outside of being Italian. But
okay.
And that's a sin.
but it shows how good 20 years later, and you guys have
Yeah,
such beautiful
yeah.
smiles together. You can see how much
Yeah.
you guys actually care about each other.
Yeah.
Like it
My-
pops
my-
off the
my
screen.
sister brought home a Greek guy, and my father looked at my sister and he said, "What, couldn't do any better?" So my sister said, he's really nice. He's Greek. My father said, "I know, but does he have any Italian in him?" So my sister lied. She said, "Well, yeah, they're Greek, but they're really from Italy, living in Greece." Meanwhile, we met the whole family. Every one of them he's got his star, Greek with the blue beads and the grape leaves. So my father wasn't fooled, but he turned out to be an okay husband.
There you go. So you guys listen up.
Oh, wait a minute. I married a Dutch girl, and my father said, "What, an alley cat?" Because she wasn't Italian. He said, "What'd you marry, an alley cat?" They had their own little language back then. I used to love it. I would giggle. I never believed that shit. I would just giggle at them when I had all those Italianisms.
So
Yeah.
everybody listen up. This is Lauren Monroe and Rick Allen. You can follow Lauren on Twitter. It's I am Lauren Monroe. What's your Instagram? Because I'm following it, but I forgot what it's different, right?
Lauren Monroe Live.
Lauren Monroe Live.
And then
Rick-
he's got
Lauren Monroe Music on YouTube. Anybody wants to watch the Bigelow video, and we did a fan video with family and friends. My parents are in it. His parents are in it.
It's fantastic.
It's really fun. We had a lot of fans contribute and send to that. That's also online too.
Yeah.
it's really
It's
fun.
beautiful.
Well, I'm going to appeal to all the Italians out there.
Oh, yeah.
You buy their music, or else I make a phone call to Brooklyn, and your knees are gone.
So you guys also, you can follow Rick on Twitter. He's at Rick Allen Live. Let's see. Lauren's website is laurenmonroe.com. Rick's website is rickallen.com, which I noticed he also does art and photography and stuff. So like he's not just a drummer and a rock star and a philanthropist. He's got all kinds of things
I wish
going
I
on.
could see what he looks like. Is he good looking?
Yeah, he's good looking. And then
Lauren, is he good looking?
He is good looking. Yeah.
yeah, he's very good looking.
Let
And
me see.
there you go.
Oh,
He's-
they're doing a. See, I wish I could. This fucking eye. Excuse my French. Wait a minute. She's gorgeous. Look at those teeth. Are those teeth yours?
My teeth. Yeah, so mine.
Look, you look like you're a beautiful Italian girl. Look at that head of hair. My, is that all your hair or extensions?
No, it's mine.
Wow, lucky you. Yeah, he is handsome for a non-Italian.
Yeah.
So you guys, the name of the EP is Big Love. It's a 5-song EP. Not only is the music great, it's for a great charity. You guys, 100% of the proceeds they're donating to Project Resiliency, which is their charity. It's really great if you guys like contribute to this, because not only is it a great album, but it's also a great cause. And we think you guys are fabulous, and we want to thank you guys for coming on the show. I hope the album sells 1 million times over, and anytime you have anything to promote, let us know. We'll bring you back. Please follow me back on Twitter and Instagram. I hate it when people don't follow me back. And I have a pretty good following on there. And we wish you all the luck and success with the new album and with everything you do. And I'm so happy that you guys are such a wonderful married couple. It's really nice to see in this day and
Thank
age.
you so much for giving us such a good show. And cara bella, stai in gamba sempre.
Oh, thank you, Ron.
Okay.
You guys,
Auguri e tanti baci.
and we want to thank Rock Titan for setting this whole thing up and introducing us to you. So thank you, Scotty
Yes,
J.
You're a lovely couple, sweet people.
You guys
nice
wish you
people,
all the
good
luck in the world
people.
with everything that you do. Thank you so much.
Se buona
Thank you.
gente.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao, Bella.
You gotta love it, you guys. They're awesome.
What a lovely couple. How, I love my Italian people. I can't help it. You know,
Which works.
Everybody loves. Hey, B, don't you love Germans because you're a German? I mean, everybody loves their own.
Lots of people have joined us in the chat room. So what's up, everybody? I hope you guys enjoyed that. And
that was a nice interview. I really enjoyed that. It was a happy, sweet, nice interview. And she's quite a beautiful girl.
Yes, she is.
She looks like a Napolitan from Pompeii. I could picture her with the braided hair and all the ancient Roman jewelry in a chariot. She has that look.
No, everybody needs to follow them. And like, I listened to Def Leppard also this morning for like 3 hours while we were preparing for the show. And Def Leppard is one of the greatest rock bands.
I'm going to listen too. I'm sorry that we couldn't bring you the music because we're not allowed.
Def Leppard is one of the greatest rock bands of all time. They're
and
just
by the way,
fabulous.
those of you who have just joined us, the sunglasses are not because I'm a movie star. I had a cataract.
You are a movie star, but
well, not really. I had a cataract Tuesday, and the bright lights in the studio hurt my eyes, so I have to wear sunglasses. But here, hello.
There you go.
It's like
so we want to thank everybody for tuning in. You can listen to us live every Wednesday from 12 to 2 p.m. Pacific time, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time on W4CY Radio, our home station. We're also on K4 HD Radio in LA, Jackalope Radio in St. Louis, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spreaker, Apple TV, Podbean, Spotify, and Pandora. And the videos are on YouTube, but I would prefer if you would go. All the new videos are going up on JSW Television, which is on the JimmyStarsWorld.com website. And you can also find all of Ron's videos, and you can watch there. And that way you go straight to it and see our blog also at the same time. It's a lot of fun. Everybody in the chat room seems to be like loving it. B says she loves Italy too. Rock Titan says they were awesome.
Yeah, I know
guests.
that. But listen, I have my ex-girlfriend who I was engaged to was Hilda Schramm. SCHRAMM. You can't get more German than that. She was from Germany, and I went out with her when I was 16 years old. So my parents were not happy with that because she was German. Then my wife was a Dutch girl. My parents weren't happy with that. And my mother and father said, "Can't you marry a nice Italian girl?" And I said, "No, they all have beards." And my mother smacked me. It wasn't a nice thing to say, but I had to say it because she was annoying me to death, constantly drilling in, "Find yourself a nice Italian girl, a nice Italian girl." Oh.
And you found me instead, a waspy guy.
I thought he was Jewish. That would have been good. I love Jewish men, but he's not even Jewish. He's waspy. He's some kind of English-Irish stuff.
There you go.
I mean, if my mother and father were alive, they knew I married an Irishman, they'd really have a fit.
They'd love me. They would have liked me.
Well, they would have had to learn to love you.
No, everybody likes me.
They would have called you the Irishman. They would have said, "Where's the Irishman?"
But a year later, when they saw how nice I was and how good I took care of you, they would totally like me.
You think?
Mm-hmm. Everybody likes me.
What's that last remark? How good you take care of me? Like, what do you do?
Huh?
You put the eye drops in my
I put the eye drips on your eye. I
but
wait
I cook,
on you.
I clean.
I didn't say you didn't take care of me also. I just said I take care of you.
You should say, listen.
The way that we take care of each other.
That's right.
Okay.
Now you're learning, Marico.
Okay.
Oh.
Rock Titan says Ron wears his sunglasses at night, but it's just because of his cataract. And that's a song. I wear my sunglasses at night by Corey somebody.
You just killed it. No, we have very bright lights here. We have enormous bright lights. And normally they disturb me a little bit. But the eyeball now has a lens in it. And the lens hasn't learned yet to close with the sunlight or brightness. And I was told by my doctor, do not go out in the sun and avoid brightness because it keeps the iris open, and that's not what they want.
Oh, yeah, it was Corey Hart. That's fine. I couldn't remember it. So B says Italians are always so elegant, and B likes it when you talk about Anita Ekberg and Fontana di Trevi. I don't know who that is.
No.
That's a fountain of something, right?
No, Jimmy, please. La Dolce Vita, when Anita Ekberg went into the fountain, is probably one of the best film clips there is in the world. The music, Anita's beauty, her body under the water, the way she was turning is classic. It's used everywhere. I mean, I've seen it when I was on Madison Avenue. I was in a store in New York City, and they had that clip running over and over again in the window. Anita Ekberg was Sweden's most beautiful woman. She was Miss Sweden. And a natural beauty, and her chest was quite large, and it was natural. She was a naturally magnificent looking very big woman, tall, like Ingrid Bergman, that sort of.
She says
woman.
Fontana di Trevi is a fountain.
No, La Fontana di Trevi is in Rome, and that's where Three Coins in a Fountain was.
Oh, we saw
filmed.
that movie. I saw that movie.
Yes, and I've been to that fountain many times. Too many people there, but
She said, yeah, it's iconic.
But the La Fontana di Trevi is in Rome. Yeah, I want to go back to Italy. I wish we
Classic
could.
Hollywood, she said.
You know, for my birthday, we were supposed to go to Italy, visit cousins, and then continue on to Egypt. But then the virus came, and here we are.
So we'll do it another day. Well, we're not stuck in the house.
Palm Springs in 190,000 degrees of heat. Hell, it's hell. Anyway, when is Joe coming on?
He's coming on in a minute.
Joe
He
Castro.
comes on in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, Joe Castro's our friend, so it's no big deal. It's not a formal interview. It's going to be a buddy-friendly interview. Joe Castro is just absolutely a genius. He's an artist. And I'll talk about the movie I'm in and the thing that he designed, which is disgusting looking. Ugh. I mean, talk about...
It's going to be like a blast.
He, you know, I'm in the Big Friggin' Rat, and he made the rat. Oh, that rat is repulsive. I don't like rats anyway. But that rat has things, shit falling from its teeth, glue, and ugh, what a skeevy looking rat.
You gotta love it.
And the rat was supposed to eat me.
So Dawn, you're back. I see you were in and out a little bit. We're so happy to see you. And she said she saw a Corey Hart video recently. I actually invited Corey Hart to come on our show like a year or two ago, but he didn't respond. And he's not really that big to come on our show because he was a one-hit wonder. I just thought it would be fun. And then you could have worn your sunglasses.
Why, he wears sunglasses?
No, that's his big hit song is I Wear My Sunglasses at Night.
Okay.
He's a Canadian. I think he's
Well,
Canadian.
I never heard that song, so I can't relate to it. But anyway, you know, I asked an old TV actress to come on our show, and I misunderstood her name, and I called her somebody else's name that was similar, and she text messaged me back the nastiest text message saying that I am not she. I am so-and-so, 50-year veteran actress, famous, went on and on about I. And no, I don't think, no, and no.
I don't want to come on your show.
No, she didn't say that. I said, do you think you could, whatever. She said, and no, I will not do your show. So I thought to myself, listen, you're almost 80 years old. Nobody knows who the frig you are. Nobody gives a shit about you anyway. At least on our show, somebody might have liked you and remembered you and said something kind. So, you know, our show is free publicity. To get this kind of coverage, you have to pay a lot of money to get your PR people to do this. We do it for free. We get people, we find them, we help them, we make their careers move a little faster. A few actors who were famous actors of years ago came on our show and thanked me and said, Ron, because of your show, people remembered us and they've asked us to go to work. So we do good. And that lady it was Diane McBain. Who the hell is Diane McBain? Now you're going to say, who's Diane McBain? She was in Surfside 6'6" with Troy Donahue and Connie Stevens. And she made a movie with Elvis Presley. And she was also in Parish with Troy Donahue. That's all I remember about her.
Teresa Sabin said it's her loss. And you're right, Teresa. It is her loss.
It is.
Teresa, you're wonderful. Thank you for being so supportive.
Somebody
all the
wrote on
time.
my Facebook page, oh, she's a bitch, and I got rid of her long ago. So obviously she has a record of being not a nice person. They self-destruct. People that are not super famous and they're in the business 50 years, there's a reason for that. Barbara Streisand was a tough bitch, but she had great talent. And she could throw her weight around and be nasty to people because she was Barbara Streisand. She sold tickets.
Jane Angela Joseph says, you two have done so much for me and Joseph and the entire Clown Motel franchise. We love you. B. Claudia says people should be bringing you flowers every day for all you do for them.
No. Today I was down and I said to Jimmy before we aired, I said, why doesn't anybody ever thank us for the things that we do for them? Angie, baby, and Joe, I love you both. You know that. And I believe in the movie, and it's going to be a fun film. And I know that Clown Motel is going to hit like wildfire. Not because I'm in it or starring in it or my name is above the title. And I just got an Oscar for my performance in it. But no, seriously. I know the script. I wouldn't do the film if it was a bombaroo. I did one bomb four movies ago, I did a lemon that you wouldn't believe.
Croker.
Don't keep destroying it. Because,
No, it's fun.
No, but the people
No, but it was fun though.
Yeah, but the guy that did it wants to make a couple of bucks. He worked hard, even though he.
It was fun though. We still had fun. We had fun. It didn't come out great, but it wasn't terrible.
Well,
We've seen some pretty bad ones.
I did not have fun because I knew it was going to be a lemon as we were filming it. What I didn't like was the critic that said he went in and grabbed a bunch of amateurs. Not one person in that film is a qualified actor. And I was hurt because I am a qualified actor and I did brilliantly in my scene as a nasty cop. I was the only one that could act in that movie. The rest of them were off the street. And had I known that was going to be that way, I mean, like now, I took Clown Motel 2 for many reasons, because I know Joe's work and I love him, and I know Angie Baby, she's my angel. But I did it because Lorene Landon's going to be in it. Hey, baby, you don't get a movie with Lorene Landon that sucks. Lorene Landon is out there. She's one of the top actresses in horror movies and film. And a dear friend of mine, she's like one of my best buddies. And what a thrill it is to be working next week with Angie, with Lauren. No, with Lorene. I'm getting like Joe Biden. I mean, really. But anyway, Lorene is a special actress in a special movie. So, guys, we do it because we care. And I know you appreciate it. Just send me my fucking T-shirt, okay, Angie, baby? Or else you're going to hear from me.
You got to love it.
Where are we shooting anyway next week? Somewhere in LA? In a bar in LA?
Yeah, we have to get up early.
Well,
hey!
Hi, Ron. Hi, Jimmy. How you doing?
Wait a minute.
Good.
Joe, I'm having a breakdown. How early do I have to get up?
Well, we have to get to LA by 9 a.m. So
I'm shooting at 9?
Yeah, 9 to 3.
It's a 2-hour drive.
I know, so we have to get up early.
Like 4 o'clock?
No, not that. 5:36.
Oh my Joe, I can't.
Anyway, hold on, Joe. Say something. Let's make sure we can hear you.
Hello, Ron. Hello, Jimmy. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yep, perfect.
Yeah,
So
I hear you. I'm doing good.
Make your camera. Can you? Are you on a laptop?
No, I'm on my desktop. What do you want?
Okay, there you go. Go up a little bit more so we don't cut your head off. There you go. There you go. That's good.
Is that good?
Yeah, perfect.
That's good.
All right, everybody. Now. Oh, that's good too. Hold on.
Leave it like that. No. Go back to the big shot.
That's not him that does that. That's Rebel does that.
Rebel, keep him in big. Don't.
No, not the whole time. Otherwise, because then we're small.
Well, you are small.
No. Hold on. Let it go back and forth, Rebel. I like it when you go back and forth. But hold on. We got to do an intro.
But I like Joe's face.
I know he's got a great face.
That wonderful Arabic face.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, one of the most talented special effects artists in Hollywood, the fabulously and incredibly talented Joe Castro. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Ron. Thank you for that amazing introduction. And I just want to first start off by saying thank you.
You deserve it. You're amazing.
Thank you.
When you post your work on Facebook, I throw up. I always write how I'm vomiting.
You know just what to say.
Oh, but you have the most disgusting things I've ever seen. I mean, the guy with the two faces with the eyeballs hanging, the guts, the vomit. I mean, come on, where the fuck do you get these things from?
Hang on, wait. We got to say hi to everybody first. Don't answer that yet.
What makes your mind go there? I mean, the big rat. I threw up when I saw it. I said, that thing is in my shot. I'll kill myself.
So hold on. We're going to go back. Hold on. So you already know Ron. Normally we would introduce you, but since you're a friend.
Castro is a good buddy of ours. Come on, cut the crap.
So we have a chat room and it's full of people. So first say hi to the chat room.
Hey, everybody in the chat room. How you doing out there?
And then we have Angela Joseph and B. Claudia, Teresa Sabin. There's a whole bunch of people, but now they're not writing things, so I don't know. But literally, there's a ton of people in there. Lots of horror people, lots of horror fans are in the chat room. They all love you. Since I can't see all the rest of them, say hi to Angela Joseph because she wrote Master of Blood and Gore. Love your work, Joe.
Absolutely.
Hi, Angela. Correct. I love you.
There you go.
These are people that support me. I wouldn't be where I'm at today without all the fans, without you, Jimmy, and Ron, and your love. And your
no, that's not true. That's not
beautiful,
true.
Beautiful. No, it is true.
Joe,
because
your work sells.
Everybody has nurtured me, like to have such great role models and examples of people that have come before me in this industry and have nurtured me and given me constructive and honest criticism. That's how I get ahead. It started off with Tom Savini. Tom. Yes, sir.
He's been on our
Wait
show
a minute,
twice.
quiet. If you were not the talent that you are, do you think I'd stick my neck out and bullshit people? You know, I'm known to being Ron tells it like it really is. When I say you are fantastic, it's not an exaggeration. It's not smoke up your ass, and it's not a big kiss on the lips either. It's the friggin' truth. I've seen your disgusting, ugly, weird Martians and two-headed people and guts hanging out and knives in and throats hang. I mean,
I love that shit.
I mean, it is absolutely the most repulsive stuff I've ever seen in my life. But you know what? It's art. It is
Thank
art.
you.
Because you're an
Thank
artist, and your work is
Thank you.
absolutely magnificent. And
So-
that's
Really
no
appreciate
lie,
it.
folks. Watch some of the movies that Joe Castro has done.
We're going to talk
the
about some of them.
special effects.
So first
and
of all,
you could vomit.
if you guys want to follow Joe on Instagram, you can follow him at Joe_Castro_director. I went on your IMDb. It says you started at age 15, which is really young, like, to know what you want to do, which is really cool. And then in 1985, you won a national special effects makeup contest in Monsterland magazine. And in
That's right.
2011, you did a movie called The Summer of Massacre, and it's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the highest body count in a slasher film, and you killed 155 people.
This is true. This is
I
true.
love this shit. This is like, you can't like write this shit. So in the chat room, first of all, somebody wanted to know, did you go to school for this, or did you just teach yourself?
I'm self-taught, but you know, I grew up around a lot of other young special effects makeup artists. And, you know, back in the day, in the early 80s, 1982, 83, you used to be able to do this thing where you'd pick up the phone and you could call 411. I don't know if anybody can relate or remembers that, but you could call anywhere in the country. And if a person's name was listed in a phone book, you could ask the 411 operator for their phone number.
Yeah,
so
it was called information.
Yeah, information, right? It was Google. It was analog Google, basically. And you know what I would do is I would find out where my idols lived and what cities they lived in, and I would pick up the phone and I'd call 411 and I'd say, "Can I have the number to Tom Savani?" You know, and sure enough, they'd give me Tom Savani's phone number, and I could call him at home. And Tom is an amazing man. That man nurtured me from the age of 12 to the age of 15 over the phone. He taught me how to do things. He walked me through the process of several different special effects that he actually had made for movies that I admired. And he spent time with me and asked for nothing in return. He was a super kind man and always has been. The first time I met him in person, he was so genuine and so authentic. I was, you know, they say never meet your idols. It was just this amazing presence, and still the man that he always was to me, even as a child. Still nurturing me today.
I met him originally at Screamfest. We became fast friends, and he used to, when he was in Fort Lauderdale, he would come shopping with his daughter and his nephew in my clothing store, and then we would all go out to eat. He's the greatest guy ever. He's super cool, and also say hi to Jason Hawkins. He's in the chat room.
Hi, Jason. I'm.
He says you hope you're getting the effects ready for the Bleeding Dark.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm very excited to be working with Jason.
Did you ever meet Nick Marcellano, who was the head at Universal of makeup?
I have not. I have not met him. No, I have not.
I think he's passed away. But I knew him years ago, and he was a master of good makeup, not horror makeup. But he could get a ugly old lady and make her look like a glamorous, beautiful young woman. And I think that makeup is just as difficult as your horror makeup. What do you think?
Both. Yeah, absolutely. They're both art forms, and the people that can transform someone's face, make them look younger, make them look flawless, make them look however they you know, with beauty makeup as well. Yes, it's a very, very high art, high fashion art.
Wait, I have a question because this is going to go. Wait. So because Stan Winston, because our moderator wants to know, would you recommend Stan Winston or Dick Smith? Do you know who they are?
I know.
Stan Winston has an online course. I'm not familiar if Dick Smith still has an online because he passed away. They do still have online courses, I know both of them. I grew up with both of them. Both have passed on. Both of those artists have influenced countless artists all over the world for the decades that they served in the industry.
I love it.
I knew Dick Smith. He was over at Universal with Nick Marcellano because I was at Universal for a long time on a two TV series. But anyway, could you do me a favor? The reason I'm wearing sunglasses, I had a cataract operation. So could you make me a nice eyeball that works?
So everybody's asking, is that from Xenophobia?
This thing right back here, yes. This
Yeah.
mask is one of the aliens. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, show us some of your disgusting,
show us that.
scary crap that you make.
You guys, so this is the head from Xenophobia, which is the movie that came out last year. It came out last year, Xenophobia. This is one of his aliens.
Isn't that attractive?
Angela was asking, is that one of the heads from it? How cool is that? I mean, that's some cool shit.
Looks like my ex-mother-in-law.
I always try to start with something.
Collins. Huh?
I always try to start with something in nature whenever I make something. This is actually modeled after this crazy looking old woman that I found online. And I always try to start with something that I find in nature whenever I make a creature, you know, something real.
Was her name Vilma Collins?
I'm not sure.
My ex-mother-in-law put a wig on that doll, and you got her face for sure. Listen, show us one of the most repugnant things.
You can't, because they didn't have him sitting there with him.
Oh, I want to see one of those gutsy things.
I have this beautiful arm right here.
Oh my gosh, how cool is that?
One of my favorite silicone arms. On film, in the dark with the blood, this is just a stick here for the bone. But if you cover it just right, it looks like like fatty tissue.
Now wait a minute. I'm not allowed to discuss this, but in the film that I'm in, The Rat, there is the end. When my end is, with a wristwatch. Is that it?
I think that is it. That is it from. Yeah.
That's my arm. Thank you. That's Ron Russell's arm.
Let me grab something else. Hold on.
Oh, look, here we go. You guys, we're getting like up close and personal with Joe Castro.
Churchill's going to kill me for that.
This is kind of hideous, but
let's see here. Now, what's this one from? What's it from? Has it been used?
This is from this is from Friday 13th Vengeance, which was a fan film about the Friday 13th series. And this is Jason Brooks's decapitated head.
Oh my God!
You know what? It looks like
it's the details. You got to get all the. You got to get the tongue
teeth and everything. The tongue.
It looks more like. It looks like Jimmy Starr when he's having an orgasm.
Yeah. You got to get that's the thing. You can get the whole aesthetic of a piece, but if you go into the super details, that's what people notice. That's what people really notice, I think, and really make it look believable. The teeth, the tongue, the eyebrows, the eyelashes, all that stuff is so important.
I love it.
Now, in The Big Friggin' Rat, the movie that's coming out in October, the movie that I'm in, done by Churchill, Thomas J. Churchill, he said to you he needs a rat. And you had to come up with a rat. Tell us about it.
That's true. Thomas asked me to design on paper the rat. He gave me the script. I read the script, and he said, "Joe, can you design a rat for us?" And after reading the script, I realized this thing needed to be. Can I describe it? Is it okay? It just needed to look. It needed to look like, yes, a giant rat that weighs 2 tons that lives in the woods. Now that's a different kind of rat. So I wanted it to look like it really was just like covered in mange, and it had to be slightly mutated to be that big. Its bones would have to be slightly bigger, and the head is split, and yeah. So I went online and I Googled like pictures of like street dogs and mangy cats and rats, but there's like all kinds of like what does a gross animal look like that lives out in the woods on the street, that kind of thing, and I try to bring some of that into the rat.
When I saw it, what got me was all that slime coming off their ugly teeth. It's a skeevy looking rat, let me tell you. It's really skeevy.
One of the first things I learned about making creature features is it's got to have eyes, evil eyes, big teeth, and has to be wet. The whole thing needs to be wet.
And your rat sure has slime hanging off the teeth. That rat is frightening. I mean, really and truly, if you had that rat in a darkened room and didn't tell anybody, you could give them a heart attack. That's how scary it is. It's a scary rat. It's a scary movie. So everybody, I think we're coming out in October. I'm not sure. You know, we don't have red carpets anymore, so I don't get advance notice where I have to be. But I think our film is coming out in October, and
along with the Amityville Harvest.
But wait a minute, I'm not finished. So watch Joe Castro's phenomenal Rat in The Big Friggin' Rat.
And then you've got coming out in October, which I forgot the date. It was in Bloody Disgusting yesterday, I think. And the trailer came out today, I think. But you also worked on the Amityville Harvest. And one reason I bring it up is because you did the work on it. Also because they put that poster up on Facebook, you know, and that's your creature that you created on the poster, which is phenomenal. So congratulations. Also because it stars Jan Birch, Julianne Prescott, Sadie Katz, and Paul Logan, and they've all been on our show, some of them several times.
And they're all our friends.
And so
very
congratulations
people.
on that one.
Thank you. I consider all those people film family. They're all very kind, talented people, and I'm honored and very humbled to be a part of the Thomas Churchill production of Amityville Harvest. You know, Thomas has given me some amazing opportunities.
So now I'm making a movie, and I'm going to give you $1 million to give me a monster, but I want a monster that has never been seen before.
You come to the right place.
What would you wait? $1 million bucks. Now, what do you suggest the monster would be and look like?
You know, I'll be honest with you. I wake up with ideas. I wake up with nightmares. You know, and I relish in them. And every day is a new flavor. Sometimes it would just depend on the moment in time and what's going on in the temperature of the world. Because I have, you know, one of the things I learned, I see people imitate me, copy, duplicate, and Xerox my work all over the world. Because I really do consider my work truly original, and that's what I strive to be, truly original. And of course, everything's been done to death, but there's also the exception, and I try to be that exception in all my work.
And you are the exception. Okay, now on this $1 million movie, the title of the movie is Drag Queens from Outer Space.
I actually have an idea about drag queens from outer space. No joke. I'm not even kidding. And so
that's a script that's been sent to me, and Marcel Waltz loves it, and he thinks he wants to do it.
Well, sign me up, please, because I have
to have a Martian.
No, absolutely. I had it's so strange that you would bring that up. One of my favorite ideas I had when I was 19 years old, when I first moved to Los Angeles, and I was sitting in my little apartment off of Sherman Way here in Van Nuys, and I had an idea for a crazy kind of drag queen comedy horror monster movie, and I've always wanted to produce that.
We should do it.
Listen,
I'll help.
We were at Marcel's house, and I mentioned the script.
No, I don't know what happened. I can hear though. Okay.
Give me your mic. And we were at Marcel's house, and I told him I got this ridiculous script that they want me to play Miss Moon, who's the head of the drag queens, the old lady, and it's called Drag Queens from Outer Space. And he said, "Oh, I love it. Let's talk about it." So I sent him some of it, and he loved it. And I don't know if he's going to do it, but it would be a lot of fun. It's a gay camp movie about a bunch of drag queens that came from Mars to planet Earth to find husbands because there's no more men left on Mars.
Sounds excellent. Sign me up. You know, I my partner Steven Escobar and I produced a film back in I think it was 2008 called "The Young, the Gay, and the Restless," and it's basically a parody of the series. And I think most of my films are actually comedies, even though they're horror films, because I laugh at horror. I mean, you know, I'll kill a person on camera any day. I don't feel any guilt or shame for it. People are crazy. People deserve to die, you know, on camera. And but the animals and the little bugs.
You stuck that on camera in there. That's hilarious. Well, I have a question for you. I have a bunch of questions, but here's the first question. We're going to tell some people some of the things too. First of all, you guys, for anybody who's just tuning in, this is Joe Castro. Anybody who tunes in, we talk about him a lot. This time we actually have him on the show. Astro, stop. We actually spoke a lot about you at Exorcism at 60,000 Feet because we had Adrienne Barbeau on our show.
Oh, yes.
And that's a movie, you guys, with Lance Henriksen and Bai Ling and Robert Miano and Kelly Maroney and Adrian Barbeau and Bill Mosley. And so we were talking about you then. But I want to know, did you go when you did? I looked on your IMDb, and I don't know if everything on there is real or not. But when they did Another Gay Sequel, did you actually go on set?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I was one of
that
3
hotel.
people. Yeah, I was one of 3 people from the original production that were invited back to be a part of the as far as the technical crew that was invited back to be a part of the sequel for Another Gay Sequel.
You know where the hotel was? Well, it was like on that street, and right next to it was a shopping center.
Okay,
literally across the street from it, my clothing store was on the corner there.
See,
and so like we had 6 degrees of separation, and the guy who was ahead of it all came in with Perez Hilton.
Okay.
And,
yes.
and said, "Hey, we'd love it if you could. We use some of your clothes?" And I said, "You can use I'll give you whatever you want if you let me have a cameo and let me have one line." And he said no. So I said, "Okay, you can't have any of the clothes to do it because I
knew better."
And no, they didn't know
knew
better.
than to put you in a movie.
But it was funny. But I was curious if you were there because I was like, "Fuck, we probably actually saw each other."
I
and
was
we
there.
just didn't know, and we didn't know who each other was. So you guys here? Go ahead.
No, I still have that working with Todd Stevens was one of my a bucket list experience working on huge gay comedy like that with loaded with movie stars, RuPaul and Perez Hilton and the little guy that played the merman. I forget his name now. He's an adult film actor, but he's such a sweetheart. I still have his merman tail in the studio. But great. Oh, Scott Thompson.
Yes.
Guy. Oh, just an amazing man to be on set with. Pure talent. So much.
I need to interrupt for a second. Rebel, I'm having difficulty.
That's not her. That's something you did.
I didn't do a damn thing. I'm just sitting here like an old man. What a kind of move. Rebel, if you can help me out, get my mic to go. Thank you.
That's not her, though. Somehow we did something done. So we'll share it. Come on, just sit here. So anyway, okay, so you guys, here's some of the stuff he's worked with. First of all, last summer we went to his Red Carpet Xenophobia. It's like got 3 different segments. Thomas Churchill directed one, Steven Escobar directed one, and you directed one, right?
That's correct, yes.
And that's where that head came from, that alien head, you guys. And then he worked on Big Freaking Rat. He did a movie recently that isn't out yet called Escape from Area 51, and I only bring it up because Chris Browning is in it, and he was just on our show, and I'm actually working with him on another film. And Donna D'Errico, Terror Tunes, and you've done all of them, right? That's kind of what made you famous.
That's right. That's that Steven Escobar and I produced a movie called Terror Tunes back in 2002. We shot the entire movie for $2,300, and when it was released, it sat on the shelf at Blockbuster right next to Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, all right. There were 8 copies in every Blockbuster in America: Hollywood Video, Walmart, Kmart, Best Buy, and it's what put us on the map, really. But we shot the entire movie in one weekend. Back in the day, in the 50s, when they made black and white science fiction horror movies, they would shoot the entire thing in 3 days. In fact, sometimes they would shoot a movie and they did it so low budget that they would take the leftover money from making that movie and make another movie. That's what inspired me to make a movie for $2,300. So if they could do it back then, we can still do it today. And that's what literally inspired me to make the film.
Hardly. I'm used to doing a film in 3 months, and they were all, in those days, they were a high budget film was $500,000. That was a very, very expensive film. Today, that very same film is maybe $35 million. But years ago, it was really filmmaking. The first thing I had to learn when I came out of retirement was that we're going to shoot in 10 days. And I thought, how do you do a movie in 10 days? Well, no table reading, no marks, nothing. Just go do your lines and it's over, which I don't care for. I like the old system better. What do you think?
Well, the way I got through Terror Tunes, the original Terror Tunes, because there's 4 sequels now. The original one is the entire movie was storyboarded. I knew literally on paper, shot by shot, what I was going to do. And so when I would shoot a shot, if they flubbed a line, I would just push in for a closer shot and move to the next shot. The entire thing was kind of shot like a soap opera. They kind of showed us how it was done. And that's how they would do it back in the day as well, back in the 50s. They would shoot a take, and if they messed up the end of the take, they would just push in or go to a different angle and continue the take from there. And these guys are geniuses. They laid out the formula, the skeleton for how we make these independent films these days. And they need to get more credit. If you go back and watch these, since the pandemic started, Steve and I go back and we watch these old black and white horror science fiction films. And these things still hold up today. They're pure entertainment from beginning. The performances, the creatures, everything. And they made these things on shoestring budgets.
How about the original black and white Night of the Living Dead, the best film ever, classic, best film ever.
Yeah, it's
the
like
start of the zombies.
Yeah, it's like a Bible, like a textbook of how to make entertainment for the independent filmmaker, and
some of the
has
other
inspired
films you guys,
countless people.
Some of the other films you guys, he did Night of the Demons 3, Wishmaster 3, The Haunting of La Llorona, which I thought, there's two movies with almost the exact same title.
Yes, there's The Curse of La Llorona and The Haunting of La Llorona. Yeah,
like the curse, because I thought it was the curse of it.
But actually, in 2006, I created La Llorona for the first time, and it was the first feature film made about La Llorona, and it was called The Wailer La Llorona. And actually, that movie has actually spawned 3 sequels also, even before the recent one was released. And
cool.
if you go back and watch the original La Llorona that I created back in 2006, it's the same exact design that they pulled from that film, and Hollywood created in the big budget Lionsgate version of the film.
Yeah, and they totally took all your shit.
It's okay. It's okay. What is it? What is it when you are copied? When people pay homage to you?
Biggest form of flattery.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Listen, when your stuff is hijacked, do you have any rights to it? Can you sue them for using your designs?
You could, if you wanted to go through pull all the buttons and whistles and stuff. And there was a time when, and I'm not going to say any names, but Hollywood has literally taken one of my scripts because I sent it to someone in Hollywood at a major studio.
That's old hat.
They literally took my script. They used the same damn title even. They just changed all the genders, and they made the film.
That's old. That's old Hollywood. They've been doing that in Hollywood.
So I could if I wanted to, but God has given me the ability to be a creator. I create things, and I have to realize that I'm always going to have that gift. I'm always going to be able to create something new. Let them have it. Let it be. Let it go.
You also
but you don't get credit for your work, and your work is magic.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
What about? Did you create the werewolf in Bone Hill Road?
I created the werewolf transformation.
The werewolf transformation.
The werewolf transformation. So they shot the film, and then they came to Hollywood. They contacted me about a month before they came to Hollywood to shoot in my studio, in my effects studio, and they brought the lead actress to do the transformation. And then they brought out another actor for one of the climax werewolves in the film, where I did another kind of transformation on one of the actors in the film.
I love Todd Sheets. He's like a really good friend of mine. He's awesome.
What'd you think of the werewolf in The Werewolf of London? That was one of the first werewolves that we saw. There where their fingers grew and their face got long.
Absolutely,
that was a great piece of work. Now, what was that? All mechanism inside, machinery or whatever, to make it stretch that way? How did they do that?
That's right. Yeah, no, that's was used. They were groundbreaking materials. They used urethanes and silicones and foam latex to make all that stuff happen. And it was cutting edge technology at the time. And Rob Bottin and Rick Baker. Rob Bottin did The Howling, and Rick Baker did American Werewolf in London. Both were the true groundbreaking werewolf transformations at the time. And at one time they worked together. But when they made the American Werewolf in London and the Howling, they kind of went their own separate ways, and each one of them has its own flair, But both of them have inspired countless artists all over the world, including myself.
So what are your if you had to pick your top 3 favorite horror movies to watch, what are your favorite movies? Do you have favorites?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're movies that whenever I hear the theme song, I begin to cry. I would have to start off by saying Godzilla versus the Smog Monster is going to be my first one. And when I hear there's these trumpets in the opening theme of Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, and just start tear up, a grown man starts crying.
That's so funny. The Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. Okay, go ahead. Give us 2 more that you like.
But there's a reason behind it. The reason behind it is because it's the film that inspired me to become a special effects makeup artist. My father literally sat me down in front of the TV one day and said, "Joe, I want you to Joey, call me Joey, Pumpkin. I want you to watch this. You're gonna love this movie," because he knew I liked dinosaurs and he knew I liked dragons. And he had to babysit me that day, so he thought this would be great. And that's what changed my entire life. I knew exactly after that movie ended that I wanted to be a special effects artist. That one,
That's
okay.
very
I'm
cool.
gonna have to say, Rabid. If you've never seen Rabid, it's directed by David Cronenberg, an amazing cutting edge director.
Great movie. Great movie.
It's not for the faint at heart. It will make your stomach churn. It's a little kind of on the sick side, but it's a beautiful, well-made film. And I love the fact that there's an adult film star that stars in the movie. You're trying to break over into mainstream media. So many people that have very talented people in the adult film world have never been able to make a smooth transition over into mainstream cinema simply because of their past that haunt them. And Marilyn Chambers always inspired me. So Rabid, absolutely Rabid. Number three, ready? Number three, Blood Feast. Blood Feast is directed by the godfather of gore, Herschel Gordon Lewis.
I know him. I knew him.
Yeah, that man inspired just countless. Still to this day, even in death, inspires countless of artists, filmmakers, and moviegoers all over the world with what he did. And I don't think he ever got the credit that he deserved. He is single-handedly responsible for the slasher movie. And most people don't know that. And why is he responsible? Because he invented the storyline. A deranged person stalks innocent victims one by one, murdering them on camera in a horrifying special effect death. And then at the end of the movie, dies by the hand of the hero or heroine of the movie in an even more horrific death. That is the slasher movie formula. And he
I know, but they haven't stopped.
Hates that formula.
That storyline is in every single movie that I'm in or I see. And I said but wait a second. Then Marcel Waltz, who I adore and love, who's a genius in film.
Total genius. Love Marcel's work.
Did Blind. We went to the premiere of Blind, and I was
there.
Oh, Joe, Joe, you were sitting right behind us.
Amazing.
You and Stephen were sitting right behind us. And I said to Jimmy, this film is phenomenal. It's absolutely the best horror movie I've seen since Psycho, Hitchcock's Psycho. It's an excellent film, and everybody should really rent it, buy it, or go see it. You will love it. And now Marcel is working on Blind 2.
That's
which
right.
is going to be a sequel to What Happens to Sarah French. Wait a minute. When Pretty Boy goes in her bedroom.
Wait, because we only have 3 minutes left. So first off, tell everybody, Joe, you got Xenophobia. Tell them about a quick thing about it and where they can go get it.
You can. Xenophobia is a brand new film. It's the first ever alien anthology abduction movie. And if you like practical aliens, like what you saw in the original Star Wars, you will love this film. You can rent it on all home media platforms. Google it. You can buy it on DVD right now. It's everywhere. Yeah.
And do you have other films that people like that you want to plug that people can get on Amazon or Google or any place?
Oh yeah, you can IMDb me, but most of my films are available on DVD and Blu-ray. You can come to my Facebook page and say hello. Facebook.com/Joe.Castro. Send me a friend request, but more importantly, send me a message and say hello. Most of my films are rare finds, but we do have them, and they're all cult classics. They have a huge fan followings, and I guarantee when you watch my movies, you will always see something that you've never seen before.
Did you like The Lost Boys? That's like my favorite movie is The Lost Boys.
You could pass out from half of
yeah. When you see, you guys want to follow him and be friends with him on Facebook just to see the videos.
I have to warn you out there. If you're weak at heart, I would not suggest you see a Joe film where that Joe's done the work in it, because you will be so scared you could have a heart attack. And he doesn't want that to happen.
My mother used to say, it's terribly gross, but yet it's still beautiful. Some way it's still beautiful.
That's true. That's what he thinks.
That's what I said. I said your work is so repulsive that it's art. I mean, there's no question about it. Looking at it disturbs me, but I so appreciate the talent that it took to create that ugly, disgusting, scary, horrible thing that frightens the hell out of you.
I'm a lifetime.
When you watch the movie.
I'm a lifetime horror movie fan, and I think your work is dope as fuck. It's so cool. It's not even. I mean, it's just totally amazing, and I love it. Everybody in the chat room loves it. All your fans love it.
But I'm waiting for you to receive an Oscar at the Academy Awards for your work. Okay. You've got to get into major films because your work is absolutely the most professional.
So you guys, this is Joe Castro. Follow him on Instagram, Joe_Castro_ Director. I don't have my glasses on. And we got to go because we're almost out of time, but we want to thank you for coming on the show. Good luck with everything that you've got going on. We look forward to seeing Xenophobia 2. I saw it on IMDb, so it means it's getting prepped.
And I want both of you guys in it. I want both of you in the movie.
Yeah, we love it.
Okay, and hello to Stephen.
Oh, yes, hello to
and
Stephen.
I hope to see you both very soon when this damn virus is gone.
Absolutely.
I'm ready for it to be over with. I love you both. Have a beautiful day.
All right, bye-bye.
Joe.
Everybody
Bye.
in the chat room,
Bye,
thank
Joe.
you so much for tuning in. We had a great time.
Great
The
time.
chat room was filled. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Rebel, thank you, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
It was good, Joe. You did very well. You made it interesting.
Yeah, we in them to start up to the celebrities. Make sure to subscribe, retweet, start the business. So you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show. We're on Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Listen past episodes, download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show. We're on Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show. We're on Russell.